Remember when we started this show and we're like, oh, it's gonna be so silly.
It was a trap.
We're not gonna feel any emotions about it. We started BoJack Horseman and we're like, oh, this is gonna be so silly. We're not gonna have any feelings about it. Started Chainsaw Man.
Story about a boy and his dog.
Oh, Mimsy has a mammon tattoo on her back.
Hmm. Maybe Alastor really is a circus.
But you know what? A lot of her she owes money and stuff, so I wonder if uh she had a greed related issue.
Yeah.
Sin issue. Someone pointed out that Alistair doesn't like getting his picture taken, yet Vox has a picture of Alistair. So that does mean they were close.
Yeah. Close enough for Vox to touch his puss.
You saw that whole one?
Huh?
That's how that photo slide ended.
No, I haven't seen that one. I was just doing a bit. I just conveniently caught it.
He's like, he obviously confronted him about his secret that he's a circus and he lets people inside and touch his urine. Like, all the other Disney villain movies, aside from the Hunchback of Notre Dame, that one was pretty the villain part of that was pretty genuinely scary.
Mhm.
The villain song from Anastasia, the other ones, they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take over, I'm gonna rule, I'm so wicked and nasty. This one is like, I'm gonna fucking murder this woman. Yep, I'm stuck in a permanent purgatory until I literally murder a child.
That was the Anastasia song?
Yeah, in the dark of the night.
I don't remember it very well.
Christopher Lloyd sings a song about how he's just gonna murder Anastasia.
I forgot Christopher Lloyd was in that.
Yeah,
Like,
he's a
I
decaying, shambling corpse. It's scary.
yeah, I just forgot that was Christopher Lloyd. So Anastasia was a movie my sister liked to watch a lot when we were younger, but I remember having seen it a lot, but I really don't remember it at all. There was a bat. Am I thinking
Yeah,
of the right movie? There's
yeah,
just like a bat.
there's a talking bat and also a
Rasputin is
man.
there.
Also, Rasputin genuinely murdered some children and wants to murder the last one. Anastasia actually is really tonally really kind of strange because
Yeah.
on the one half it's the it could have just also been a good movie about all the normal parts, where she's learning about herself and then she's falling in love with this other guy, and then there's also off to the side a zombie trying to kill her with black magic. like it's part Disney princess, part horror movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on this little boat doing a little travel, singing a little song about like unexpectedly falling in love with this guy that I met on this little journey, and oh, I'm gonna have this extended sleepwalking fantasy on this boat where I almost walk off the ledge and demons are pulling me into hell.
I mean, is that really different than in Hercules when the souls tried to pull him back in?
It didn't take up half the movie. He wasn't also singing
No,
the
I
love
know,
song.
I
I just actually, yeah.
know. Actually, it is very different.
Actually, yes. And I think this movie might have almost saved them, and then they did Titan AE,
Hmm.
and that one wasn't good. You remember what that one is? Are you Googling it right now?
I am looking to see if it's the movie I'm thinking of. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Eh,
It was not good from what I remember. Like,
It could have been good.
like I think I only watched it maybe once or twice. Like, I wanted to see it, and then I watched it, and I was like, that was okay, I guess.
Yeah, it was really just okay. Like
Yeah,
it didn't lean too hard into any one thing that it wanted to do. And it was pretty neutral. Like I don't think it was bad in that it was forgettable for having such a fantastical story.
yeah. Like, it kind of. I feel like I vaguely remember it sort of just kind of feeling like a Star Wars knockoff kind of thing.
Yeah, it really did feel like that. And like, they fucking Matt Damon like was the star of that. And Drew Barrymore, what the fuck? Yeah, like
Drew
can you
Barrymore
just
cast. Hold on. Drew Barrymore cast as somebody named Akima Kunimoto.
Yep. I don't remember. I could not tell you what the actual motivation of no, it's starting to come back to me. If I didn't sit here and genuinely try to process it, I don't think I could have like told you what the oh yeah, no, the motivation of the villain was just I just want to get paid a lot. Uh so I'm going to sell out the entirety of like the human race. Um Beyond that, I don't think I could tell you what the anything else about the movie was other than Earth is dead and we want to bring it back. Wouldn't that be neat? I don't even remember if they do it. I
There
don't
was a
even remember
direct
the
to
animation.
video. There's a direct to video spin-off of Anastasia called Bartok the Magnificent.
It wasn't. Yeah, I had that movie. I had that movie. I remember it. It's where I learned the joke. When is a door not a door? When it's a jar. It's about Baba Yaga. It's about Baba Yaga. Actually, I could tell you a lot about that movie because I watched it so much as a child. Something about it just hit.
The
The
film, hold on, Titan AE was regularly compared to Japanese anime, and then Bluth and Goldman denied any influence by anime. They're like, no,
okay,
no, we're not influenced by anime. I mean,
sure.
it does. Okay, the style of animation does more align with kind of like 80s dark fantasy style
Well,
art.
I'm
Like,
saying sure, okay, there's no anime influence Don Bluth. Sure, everybody believes that.
but there were, I guess, critics compared it to anime because it was darker and edgier than their previous films.
No, that's bad influence actually. I remember is Don Bluth a Mormon? He went
Maybe.
to Brigham Young University.
I don't know what that is.
That's a Mormon
Oh
university.
wait, no, I've heard of it, but I didn't remember that.
Brigham Young is a Mormon guy.
You said Don Bluth, right?
Yeah, he resided in Argentina on a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Oh no.
I mean, you have to like do a year like abroad as an official Mormon. And then he came back. He's like, "Yeah, I don't want to do that anymore."
Okay. I was like, uh-oh, did we cancel Don Bluth?
I mean, I don't think I would really see like a major religious push. Like, if he is Mormon, it don't see it in any of his work.
It doesn't really show in his work.
Yeah, no, there's
Like,
ambiguous like hell and like
then there's all dogs go to heaven, but I'm pretty sure Mormons don't believe dogs have souls, so.
no, and that's pretty. That's a good movie. His first project was in Robin Hood, where he probably animated the one like genuine like new animation like scene.
Okay, not to like rip on Don Bluth too much, but like he looks like uh he looks like a guy who would go on a mission trip specifically to Argentina.
Yeah. He's not aging very gracefully. Did you see his Wikipedia?
That's what I'm looking at right now.
He looks like an old-timey prospector's like like
Like evil
if you
like an old-timey if an old-timey prospector had like an evil like influence whispering in his ear.
if you told me this guy like those like old-timey whistling like lisps, like if you told me he spoke with a whistle and drank moonshine, I would say, yeah, that obviously he does.
Well, what did he look like? He was born in 37. Let's find a picture from like the 60s. What did he? Okay, that's what he currently looks like. Google. I hope he didn't also look like that in the 60s. That would be scary.
He's just always looked like this.
Okay, he wasn't so scary in the 60s. He just looked. Actually, in this picture, he kind of looks like the guy from Reno 911. Hold on, let me send this over to you. Doesn't he look like the one cop that wears like the booty shorts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he's 86. He's allowed to look a little rough.
Yeah, he's allowed to look like Rasputin falling apart. While they're animating Rasputin, like literally like falling to pieces and his bones falling out of his body, he leans over the shoulder of one of the animators. He's like, "That's gonna be me one day," and then leans back away. The guy turns around and nobody's there.
Fuck, it was like a prophetic vision.
You've cursed me. I've given you the magic paper. Whatever you draw becomes real for me.
It's a reverse John Dorian portrait. It won't age. It's just going to continuously age him.
John Dorian? Dorian Gray?
There you go.
John Dorian from Scrubs?
I said what I said. You know when you take a portrait of JD from Scrubs and you flip it? Yes, obviously I meant Dorian Gray. I literally okay, I need you to know. I need you to know that when I was trying to remember the name of the portrait, I was like hospital show. That was that popped in my head first before I thought about John Dorian.
Holy fuck.
Oh my god. Are you typing out my fucking no? I see you typing in Discord ready to tell everybody.
I need to. Okay.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just playing. I just heard you typing furiously. God, that was fucking funny. It's not as stupid as it seems, Jenna. Look, I didn't come here to be insulted. I came here to have a good time. Also, isn't wait Hold on. I might be thinking something really stupid about Grey's Anatomy because I don't really know. Hold on.
What do you mean? What are you about to say?
And there is a full Wikipedia page on just Meredith Grey.
Yep.
It's fucking huge too.
Yep.
Like, it is larger.
I know.
It is larger than most real people's fucking Wikipedia pages.
Most people aren't as interesting as Meredith now, are they?
Like, this is okay. This belongs in a fan wiki.
Yeah.
It doesn't really. I feel like doesn't really belong on actual Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And I can't believe my egg video only got 2.2 thousand views.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
People don't understand fucking art.
That one took me all fucking day.
Yeah, people don't appreciate fucking art.
I'm gonna curse you with a John Dorian poster.
Were there any non-Disney animation movies that you like really watched growing up?
Wait, what?
Any non-Disney animation movies you like watched a lot growing up?
Um, Pokemon.
That's not anime.
I mean, I watched a lot of cartoons,
Did you watch a lot of cartoon movies or mostly cartoons?
cartoons and cartoon movies.
Okay.
That typically would get like more often than not, I would say what I watched was animated.
Yeah. That always like appealed
Like,
to me too.
you ask me that question, and then like every fucking film I've ever seen just like leaves my brain. Like, oh, I watch animated stuff all the time. What do you watch? Uh,
Nifty staring into camera.
yeah. Let's look at 1990s animated movies.
I watched the animated King and I movie a lot.
The Jetsons movie. I watch that every now and then.
I have never watched that one.
It was on
No,
Cartoon Network a couple times.
I
It
know they had a crossover with Flintstones movie that
yeah,
I didn't watch.
I also watched that. American Tail.
Good
Uh,
one.
The Little Engine That Could. I think this is the one that I watched. It's like a 27-minute show. Rockadoodle. I watched like Fern Gully like once or twice.
I loved Ferngully.
Um, I watched Tom and Jerry and Tiny Toons and stuff like that a bunch, but I don't think I watched these movies from the early 90s. Uh, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Of course, that's technically animated. We're back.
Oh yeah, I loved that one.
Wait, there's two Thumbelina movies that came out in the 90s?
There's one that was like one from Don Bluth, and I'm pretty sure there was one that was like in that like one like golden family films, something like that. They made a bunch of like knockoff movies.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, that's the first one I looked at. Although this one came out.
Wait. No, I'm thinking of the Anastasia one. I watched the knockoff Anastasia movie a lot with the one with the talking instruments. I've
I
shown
never
you that.
saw I never saw it as a kid. There's been a bunch of Thumbelina movies. What the fuck?
There's like a Thumbelina and Tom Thumb knockoff movie. I say knockoff like it isn't like a legitimate like fairy tale to make it, but it's because Don Bluth did it or was
Wait,
developing it.
who did this one? I don't think Hazbin Hotel is related to this. IMDb, believe it or not.
I can't believe I watched The King and I. That's kind of cringy, little
Okay, yeah,
dicey
yeah.
racially looking back.
Golden Films is the first
Yeah,
one I was looking at. That one actually came out first.
they probably were doing it while it was being developed, but I mean, it's possible that they were just.
It was 2 years before.
It's. I was about to say it's possible that they were also just doing any like fairy tale at that point.
Yeah. Wallace and Gromit,
Yeah.
solid. Land Before Time, of course.
Did you watch all of them or?
Not all of them. The first several, and then kind of. I definitely didn't watch through like fucking 17 of them. I probably stopped somewhere around 6 or 7. Brave Little Toaster. Did you ever watch that?
No.
I
It's one
liked
that
it
I
for
knew
some
like
reason.
people watched a lot, but I don't think I was ever interested in it.
Oh, the Batman versus Mr. Freeze movie? Hell yeah. The weird new animated Rudolph. I say new, but new compared to the old one at least. Animated Rudolph movie came out in the 90s.
Oh yeah.
Strangely enough, I watched a lot of Doug. I don't think I actually watched Doug's first movie.
I saw it in the theater and then never saw it again. That's all
And
you need to know.
I saw South Park, the movie, way sooner than I should have. I watched it the year it came out.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was came out in '99. It either went to DVD or tape in '99 or 2000. Both of those years are too young for me.
Yeah.
I would have been not 8 or 9 years old.
Is your mom okay with that?
She was the one who let me watch it.
Kind of
But
yucky.
we also watched like regular South Park.
That's true. Like my thing isn't really so much the profanity and stuff, it's the not knowing that it's like not appropriate to be doing some of the things that they're doing. Like not
Uh,
having the judgment skills to like parse these like adult situations and like jokes and kind of.
I mean, this okay. I don't mean to like. You know how some people are like, "Oh, I was a smart child and never fooled by anything." I absolutely was, but I don't feel like it was ever lost on me that like characters like Cartman were like not people to aspire to be. They were the joke is how bad they were as a person.
I guess that's okay then. Like
Like obviously I probably didn't pick out every single thing that you're not supposed to do, but like, you know,
Yeah, it's part of the learning process, but I still,
It's still advanced for 8 or 9 years old.
yeah.
I was scared of zombies for a while after the zombie episode of South Park, but strangely not from playing Doom or Duke Nukem. I was never scared of those, like demons and stuff, and zombies and whatever. Also, probably shouldn't have been playing those at like 7 years old.
Yeah. Probably also shouldn't have seen heavy metal, you know.
Yeah,
Like, I'm definitely not going to be as prote- not protective. I'm not going to shelter our kids as much as I was sheltered, obviously. But I do
but
think there's a happy medium.
yeah, there's somewhere in between. Like, and there's such a weird thing. Like, because I had like three like people in my life that primarily decided what media I could consume and couldn't, and they were all very different.
Yeah.
But like my grandma, I feel like tried to shelter me the most out of all the media watching, because like, oh, you're gonna watch Sailor Moon, it's gonna turn you gay.
I wouldn't even
Uh,
say that's sheltering. I would say that's controlling.
I
Which
mean,
I know there's like it's not that much different, but the intent is different. Like
yeah.
there's a sheltering because you're worried that somebody is going to be harmed, and then there's a controlling because you're worried they're not
Well,
going to turn out the way you.
that is viewing someone as being harmed, because in her mind, at that point in time, being gay was a negative trait,
I
and
guess
it
so.
probably still is, but she's changed her public opinion about it over the years. Um, but like, mom didn't like me seeing violent stuff, but was okay with like sexual themes in shows kind of
Which
existing. Like,
is very
like,
inappropriate. Like
yeah,
like there's always like the criticism of like, oh, Americans can handle like violence, but they can't handle sex stuff. But like, at a certain age, you're not. It's
yeah. You don't.
harmful developmentally.
You at least shouldn't be watching things that I would put in like this psychosexual category. You know what I mean?
Like what? Or I guess that
Like,
would be
where you're not watching like people fuck or whatever, but like something that pops in like one of the first things that comes into mind is like how like stuff and like monsters in Persona are shaped roughly like penises or vaginas or whatever. Like that's like
yeah.
psychosexual, like in that sort of form. But um, on the flip side, my dad would like let me play like all kinds of like violent shit, but there just couldn't be any sexual content
Weird.
in it. And so basically, I wa-
You got
I got
everything.
all of it.
I think it's really funny that in the animated like King and I movie, so the original musical, the king dies in the end,
Mm,
and like he passes it on to his son, and his son enacts like social reforms, basically like making his people not be like subjugated, and or not, at least not subjugated, but at least he's like we're not going to have people be like totally subservient to us, etc. We're going to like end slavery, blah blah blah. And they kind of had that same scene in the animated movie, but instead of him dying, they added a scene at the end where Anna and the king dance the night away, and that's not in the original. They're like, oh, it's actually a happy movie. They dance and they fall in love forever. But you know,
oh, uh, My Neighbor Totoro, I watched a lot as a kid. I love
oh
that
yeah,
fucking movie. And Ricky Tikki Tavi. It's about a mongoose that kills cobras and protects a little family.
I had the read along story version of that. I had a little book with an audio tape, and it played the little noise to turn the page.
God, that came out in the 70s. I guess it's a thriller.
What?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
no, the story is a thriller.
Okay.
The book is the
Yeah.
actual book.
I also didn't read the actual book. Like I had a child's book version
Yeah,
of it basically.
I had never read it either. Apparently, it's only 24 minutes long. There's no fucking way. I felt like that was a whole ass movie.
Oh, it's a short story from the Jungle Book.
Oh, it was. This is like on a collection. I wonder if I can. It's on Amazon. No,
Mhm.
it's currently unavailable in this location.
It was animated by Chuck Jones. That makes sense why the
Yeah.
animation style looks so similar. So I watched a lot of uh girl coded stuff. Like the Swan Princess. I loved that movie. Um and the animal movies like uh All Dogs Go to Heaven
I watched that
and
too. Oh, a movie that both my sister and I really liked and was one of the few movies we could often agree on was why can't I think of what it's called? Something Company? No. It's about an orange cat in the city
Oliver's
with a dog.
Company.
Oliver's Company.
No, Oliver and Company.
Oliver and Company. Yeah,
Which
yeah,
the Disney version of Oliver Twist.
yeah. Yeah. Which I loved that movie. I don't remember
I
how well it
loved it.
stands. I haven't seen it in a very long time.
It's
It
okay. It's
I
it's
feel
fine.
like it stands up as exactly what I remember it. But yeah, we watched that one a lot. Oh my god. $5.87 on eBay. Wait. For Ricky Tikki Tavi.
Have you ever heard a song where like it sounds nice, but the lyrics are kind of bad?
Yeah.
Like I'm re-listening to Far Longer Than Forever from the Swan Princess. That's the one that was part of the religious song movie. So like it makes sense that like the scores for it sounds nice. Like um hang on. Let me just like they're kind of just saying a lot without actually saying anything. Like so it's almost like you're here with me, although we're far apart, and just like, okay, you're just literally saying the same shit over and over. Just stuff like that. We're far away, but forever we're gonna love each other. And it's like you guys literally just broke up. And they just say far longer than forever over and over and over. One of the lines was like, "We have an unshakable bond," but literally she was leaving him, and that's how she got into trouble.
Unshakable.
Unshakable. It's like this movie was almost having a nice sentiment to it, because like they grow up with each other, and then she becomes hot, and he's like, "All right, let's get married," and she's like, "Okay, why?" And he's like, "You're beautiful," and then she says, "Okay, what else?" And he says, "What else is there?" And so reasonably she leaves, and then the plot happens. And then after that, that's literally the last thing they say to each other. And then when she's stuck around the lake being a swan, she has a song about how she loves him forever and he's singing it too. It's like, okay, are you guys watching the same movie? Why am I thinking about these movies that they didn't think about? It's literally this like this religious company was like, okay, we got to do a Disney for a second. I guess actually it's kind of Christian adjacent now that I'm looking at it. Because they're talking about making an everlasting vow for each other, and I was like, "Hmm."
Hmm.
Like, you know, the era of, like, fucking animated children's media aimed at, like, young girls, where it's, like, literally people meeting each other and then singing a song about how they, like, love each other forever was kind of funny.
And a little indoctrinating.
Yeah, like, it was kind of funny when Frozen, like, sang a song and, the 2, like, got proposed, and then Elsa was like, "You can't fucking do this." I kinda wanna, like I think it would be an interesting, like, look at, like, all of the different, like, movies from this era and, like, time how long it takes for, like, the 2 meeting each other to falling in love or, like,
Yeah.
declare or, like, getting married, basically. Even Don Bluth did it.
Everybody did it in that
Yeah.
era.
Everybody who
And
made a fucking animated movie did it.
yeah.
Thumbelina is even kinda creepier when you think about the fact that she was born a whole, like, adult woman, or not even adult woman, and then suddenly, like, everybody's abducting her to, like, marry her.
Yeah.
She oh my god, she is the born hot yesterday.
Yeah. I was trying to think of the name of that trope and I kept thinking Born Stupid yesterday.
That's me.
I-
Do you think I was born yesterday? Yes. Okay.